Trapper Dave again, everyone. This is December the 13th. We're going to do a little trapping this weekend. Back to the place where we was at here around Thanksgiving. Caught a nice beaver off the creek here. We're not going to do any water sets this time because they're giving quite a bit of rain over the next couple of days. And the thing about that is, if you go trapping around water and they're giving a lot of rain, well, there's a good chance that you may lose a trap or can't get to your catch. So we're on a little sandbar here that runs into the creek, and this is not actually the main part. It's just like a little runoff from a pond, so we should be all right there. But I just left these out other day, tripped them so nothing wouldn't get caught. I'm just going to set it back. I shucked the old bait out of the coon cuff and just put me some new back in, put out some fresh scent. I had two here. Something I needed out on one, hadn't the other, so that's the way it goes. But I had one right down there, so I moved it back away from the water. This one here is probably a good 16 foot from the water, so if it does get up a little bit, it shouldn't get up that enough to hurt anything. And there's a hog and deer trail right there going up the bank. You can see they are wiring it out. All kinds of tracks. All kinds of tracks in there. There are a few coon tracks. So we moved this one over to right here, just a couple of foot out of the trail. Put a little extra scent. Set it back. Not a lot of coon sign in here this year. Like I said, we caught quite a few out of here last year. So we're going to give it a couple nights. And if we don't catch a coon, probably this weekend, we're probably not going to coon trap in here anymore. We don't want to get them all, but we want to keep the population down. So I think from what we caught last year, there's a good possibility that we have done that. But we're going to move around to the other side of the farm where we haven't trapped this year. We caught a lot of skunks and some coyotes and stuff last year over on that side. We're going to move around over here after a while. May put out a couple of foothold sets. We're not sure yet. We are getting a few bobcats on camera, so we may try to put out a couple of bobcat sets. But anyway, this is it in this area. We're going to move on around, and we'll catch y'all later. Okay, Trapper Dave again. We about got everything took care of here. This one spot, like I said, we're fixing to move around the other side. Just the last minute set. That leaning tree right there, it's about middle ways this pond down, and there's a camera on it. It's been up there probably 4 or 6 weeks, minimum 4, probably max 6 weeks. I pulled a car out of it twice, just pulled it again a few minutes ago, and they are coyotes and bobcats walking this road just about every night. If not every night, every other night. But anyway, what we decided to do here, excuse me, choked up here. Anyway, what we decided to do is, and there's actually coyote tracks on over there towards that culvert where I'm parked over. But anyway, what I decided to do is I just put me in a dirt hole set. I've got my trap back about probably about 8 inches behind that big clump of grass right there, and you can see my dirt hole. I blended pretty good. Kind of hard to get to set good because it's a little rocky here, but I think it'll work. Probably after more of a cat, we are a coyote, but we'll take whatever we catch. Coyotes, they're a little bit more, I guess, nervous around something that they don't know anything about. A cat's totally different. I mean, cats are pretty easy to catch. Last year, we really didn't have any pictures of bobcats on this place, but this year we've had quite a few, so we're going to see if we can get 1 or 2 out of here. But right there, just a simple little dirt hole set. I'm probably 6 to 8 foot max from the road, and they are coyote scat right there. So I know they're using here, but we're gonna set this couple nice and see what happens. But we're fixing to go on to another location and put out some more. I think this right here is set number 6, I believe it is. They got a coon cuffs, 5 coon sets, and then this dirt hole set right here. But anyway, we'll catch y'all later. Okay, Trapper Dave again. We've moved around to another place here. We trapped a little bit here last year. Caught, I think, 3 skunks and 3 coons, I believe it was. And we had caught a couple of coyotes up there in the field. But anyway, we're back here again this year. We're gonna see what's happening. You can see right there. These are some traps I never have used before, so we're gonna get them broke in. There's just a coon set. A little bit of I use cat food, cheap cat food. I use that, and then I put out a little bit of ringtail roundup from Hoosier Trapper Supply. It's like a sweet syrup kind of stuff. Smells real good. I'm trying some of that today, and I've tried some clam essence. It's like a fish oil. It smells real good. So we're gonna see which one actually does the best. I like doing that, and that way then, you know, it's just next time you go somewhere, you can maybe see which lure you've done the best on and catch have more catches that way. But right there's one, and then we're gonna ease out through here. There's been cattle in here. They've tucked them all out, so we don't have to worry about that right now. We may put us in another foothold set right here. I've seen some coyote sign there. I'll explain more about that just in a second here, but I was going to show you another set I had in. And right there, around that tree, that little thing you see sticking up there, that's not my finger, but anyway, that's another little set there. And then on out there, about probably 40, 50 yards, about 40 yards, I've got another one. So I've got 3 sets here. What this is like a little funnel. Right there's a field, and then probably 30 yards down here, 40 at the max, you've got a bluff. And then just right on over there, probably about 400 or 500 yards is where we done the beaver set, beaver catching there back around Thanksgiving. It's the same creek, it just goes on down through there. But this is a good little funnel here. So what we're thinking about doing is I'm gonna come up here, and there's a little trail right here. You can see this. Cows just used it, but where there's a cow path, coyotes will use it also, and bobcats, foxes. It don't matter. Any critters are going to use it. So we're probably going to put us in we got a good little bank of dirt here. We're probably going to get right there on the edge of the field, about where that briar's at. We're going to put us a little foothold set in right there. But I looked a while ago on this trail, and it goes on around over there probably, as far as I went probably 60, 70 yards. And there's fresh coyote tracks in it. So I know they're using here. And we had bobcat pictures here last year. And the bad thing about it was I put a camera up a week ago, but I forgot to put a card in it. So I didn't know if anything had been here last week or not. So that's the way it goes sometimes. Getting old and forgetful, I guess. But anyway, we'll catch y'all later. Okay, we're about finished up here. We're fixing to move on to another place there, and then we're going to start setting for skunks. I think this is about set number 10, somewhere in that neighborhood. 9, 10, 11 or something. Anyway, what we done here, this is the same place where I was showing you the coon sets. We got a field here, long ways. I mean, it's probably up there at the top. It's probably 200 yards up there on around. you got a field over there, and then over there you can see the open, you got another field. But what we done, we fixed this little bobcat set. I've not seen any here this year. Like I said, I'm forgetful and forgot my put the card in my camera to see what I was using. But anyway, we're gonna give it a shot. I just put me a foot hole in there, cut me a bunch of spruce trees, hemlocks, covered it up pretty good. I put a little bit of little bit of lure on there, and put a little bit of bait back in the very back of it there. And that feather hanging there, that's just something to get things attention. It don't mean nothing. I've caught them without that before, and I have caught them with it, so it's just a little bit of an attractant. But you take an old cat, they're just like a house cat. They're looking for something like that. And like I said, anywhere in this field, if he comes out across this field, this is going to get his attention and get him down here. So we're going to give it a couple of nights and see what we got. But until then, we're going to go into another area and put some skunk sets out and probably some more coon sets. We'll catch y'all later. Okay, we're still at it. This is an area that I've never trapped before. It's on the same farm, but it's just an area that I've never trapped. Didn't get in here any last year, and there's quite a bit of raccoon sign up down this little creek here. Probably going up there to there's some feedlots up there. Probably going up there to get to some food every night, because they know it's always going to be there for the feeding cows. But anyway, we just put us a little raccoon cuff right there on this tree, and then we'll go back down through here. And we got one right there. Be a good place for them to come up on that rock and sit and eat, but they are tracks, quite a few tracks in here. So like I said, we're going to ease on down, and I think I've got one more here. I'm probably going to put it further on down there in that little branch, and then we'll about be done for the day. But anyway, we'll check everything in the morning. I'm not real sure how many sets I do have out. Kind of hard to keep up. I'll have to figure it up here in a little bit. But anyway, we'll get you a total here on the next set when we get everything finished up, and we'll talk to y'all then.